It was one of those baseball nights where the energy inside the stadium felt almost electric, the kind of night where every breath, every sound, seemed magnified by anticipation. Shohei Ohtani had just worked a disciplined at-bat, laying off 2 breaking pitches that barely missed the zone. The count ran full, the crowd rising to its feet. Then came the moment, the crack of the bat, a sharp line drive into right center field. The crowd erupted. Ohtani sprinted down the baseline, his powerful strides carrying him safely to first base. As he stood on the bag, adjusting his batting gloves, the camera panned over to the dugout, and there was Vladimir Guerrero Jr., grinning from ear to ear. Guerrero had been watching closely, almost like a kid seeing his hero step onto the diamond. When Ohtani reached base, Vlad couldn't contain himself. He started clapping, jumping, and shouting toward the field. Fans near the dugout pointed and laughed joyfully. "Look at Vladdy," someone yelled, as Guerrero pounded his chest and waved toward Ohtani. Ohtani, noticing the commotion, turned his head slightly and gave a humble smile, that calm, unbothered expression that fans had come to love. The crowd went even wilder. It wasn't just about the base hit anymore, it was about the pure joy of 2 of baseball's biggest stars sharing the same field, acknowledging each other with genuine respect. Guerrero leaned over the railing, calling out something in Spanish, laughter echoing around him. Ohtani nodded slightly, giving a small thumbs up in return. That single exchange, a look, a gesture, set social media on fire within minutes. People began tweeting things like, "Ohtani and Guerrero Jr. are having too much fun." And, "This is why we love baseball, the joy is contagious." Meanwhile, back on the field, Ohtani took his lead off first. The pitcher checked him twice, clearly wary of the two-way superstar's speed. Every eye in the stadium seemed fixed on him. Even Guerrero couldn't stop grinning as he watched from the dugout steps. Then came the next pitch, a fastball low in the zone, and the batter made solid contact. The ball shot toward left field, and Ohtani took off like lightning. The crowd roared as he rounded second, his helmet nearly flying off. Guerrero yelled from the dugout, "Go! Go!" his voice lost in the thunder of applause. By the time Ohtani slid safely into third, dust flying, the stadium had reached a fever pitch. Guerrero was now waving a towel, laughing uncontrollably, shouting something toward Ohtani like a proud teammate. It didn't matter that they played for different teams, this was baseball at its most human and joyful. The camera caught Ohtani looking toward the dugout again, smirking. Guerrero gave him a dramatic bow, pretending to salute the superstar. The clip spread like wildfire online. Commentators replayed it on every sports channel, calling it the most wholesome moment of the season. Reporters later said Guerrero admitted he'd been too happy to see Ohtani doing his thing, describing the moment as baseball energy in its purest form. Back in Japan, fans flooded social media with heart emojis and excited posts, thrilled to see their hero connecting so warmly with another global superstar. In Canada, Blue Jays fans joined in, praising Guerrero's charisma and saying it showed the spirit of baseball friendship. For days, highlight reels showed the sequence over and over: Ohtani's base hit, Guerrero's celebration, the shared laugh, the mutual respect. Even rival players chimed in online, joking that they'd never seen Vlad that excited before. One tweet from a teammate said, "I thought Vladdy was gonna run out there and hug him." Ohtani, ever modest, downplayed it afterward, saying, "It was just fun to see everyone smiling." But the truth was clear: moments like this were why fans adored him. His humility, his quiet power, his ability to bring joy without even trying. And Guerrero's unfiltered happiness made it all the more memorable. It was as if he was representing every fan who ever dreamed of sharing the field with Shohei Ohtani. Broadcasters began replaying older clips of the two All-Star games, batting practice interactions, moments where their laughter seemed to fill the air. Analysts pointed out how these two, despite their different backgrounds, embodied the global brotherhood of baseball. Ohtani, the disciplined perfectionist from Japan. Guerrero Jr., the exuberant, passionate slugger from the Dominican Republic. Two different styles, two different energies, yet, somehow, they met perfectly in that brief exchange of smiles and laughter on a cool evening. The commentators summed it up best: "You can't script this kind of joy." As the game continued, the tension returned. Ohtani took his lead, eyes sharp. The next pitch, another single, brought him home, scoring the run. The crowd exploded again. Guerrero jumped even higher this time, tossing his cap in the air. Ohtani jogged back to the dugout, greeted by his teammates, but not before glancing once more toward Guerrero, who gave him a playful thumbs up. After the inning ended, Guerrero approached Ohtani near the foul line. Cameras zoomed in as they exchanged a handshake and a quick laugh. Fans chanted both names, their voices blending into one deafening cheer. It didn't matter which team you supported, everyone recognized the beauty of that sportsmanship. Ohtani, smiling, tapped Guerrero on the shoulder before heading back to his dugout. Guerrero pointed to the stands, hyping up the crowd. That handshake became the photo of the night, printed in newspapers, shared on highlight pages, replayed in slow motion with dramatic music. Commentators described it as the handshake heard around the baseball world. Later interviews showed Guerrero still laughing about it. "Man, it was Shohei," he said, eyes wide. "How could you not get excited?" When reporters asked Ohtani about Guerrero's reaction, he simply smiled and said, "He makes the game more fun." Those simple words summed it up perfectly. Baseball wasn't just about numbers or wins. It was about connection. It was about two stars, two cultures, two fanbases, all united by a single moment of shared joy. Even weeks later, highlight shows kept revisiting that clip. Fans never got tired of seeing Guerrero's over-the-top celebration or Ohtani's modest smile. Sports journalists wrote essays about it, calling it a reminder of why we fell in love with baseball in the first place. For one shining night, everything felt right in the game again. Competition melted into camaraderie, pressure gave way to laughter. And at the heart of it all stood two men, Ohtani and Guerrero, bridging worlds, reminding us that greatness doesn't have to come with arrogance. As the lights dimmed that night and fans filed out, the buzz lingered. Everyone knew they had witnessed something special. It wasn't just a base hit. It wasn't just a celebration. It was pure, unfiltered joy, the kind that makes baseball eternal.